Now let's implement the follow and unfollow any user logic. So now it's a little bit difficult, but not much. Have a patience. I will do my best to explain you, right? Okay. So first of all, we need to go to our models, our user model, and here we will be adding. First of all, let's go to this post and let's copy this. Control C and Control V. Okay. Now here we will add two more fields. FOLLOWER. One is follower, right? Followers, I guess. Yeah, followers, and this will be an array. In each individual item in the array will be a ID of the user, right? Okay, so here I need to write type and object ID, and that will refer to user model, right? User model is this model itself, right? Okay, and we will create, I can duplicate this. I'll put a comma in here, and here I can write following, 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 like so. Make sure this spelling is correct, followers and following. Okay, beautiful, perfect. Okay, so now let's make a route for that in this user. Okay, so this will be again an update request as we did with our likes, right? So initially our array will be empty, right? Initially this will be an empty array. So we will be pushing some stuff in this array, right? We'll be pushing the ID of the user in those array. Okay. So let's create a router, or router dot put. This will be update request. So I'm using a put in here. Client will be making a request to follow, right? And then we can add a callback. Okay, so now I can make use of user dot find by ID and update. Okay, now I need to make you understand the logic first, right? Okay, so here I have made this image, right? Now let's assume that Ramesh wants to follow this Suresh, right? Initially they both will have 0 followers and 0 following, 0 followers and 0 following. If Ramesh follows this user, now we need to do two things. First is we need to increment this followers, right? We need to add this Ramesh in this followers array, right? So we need to make change this followers field of this Suresh, and we need to change this following field of this Ramesh. So two things are happening in here when one user follow other user, right? So two things are happening, right? So in this followers array of Suresh, we need to add this Ramesh ID, and this following array of Ramesh, I need to add Suresh ID. So the two things are happening in here, right? So let's now finally write the code for that. Okay, so I'll find by ID and update, right? So request dot, I'll be receiving body dot follow ID, FOLLO follow ID from the front end, right? And I will update this. So basically first I am updating this man. Let's assume that I am Ramesh, that first of all I am receiving the ID of Suresh, right? Okay, let's assume this is the ID of Suresh, right? This is the ID of Suresh, and this is the ID of, and Ramesh is the logged in user. Let's assume that this is a scenario. So we are receiving the ID of this Suresh from the client in here, and we are updating some stuff, right? We are updating some stuff. So here I can add I can pass a second object, and I can use this $push in order to push the ID in our array. And which array we want to push? So we want to push that in followers, FOLLOWERS. Again, let's have a look on the picture. We are pushing in the followers array of the Suresh, right? So I'll be pushing in the followers what we want to push. So we want to push request.user._id, and this is the ID of the logged in user, right? This is the ID of the logged in user, right? So here we can make this required login. We can make this a protected resource. Now we can access the current ID of the user who is logged in, because we have made this a protected resource, and we are verifying the token. Let me show you that. We are verifying the token, and we are retrieving the data from the token, and we are attaching all the details in this request.user, so we can access the ID of the user who is logged in this, right? Request.user. Okay, yep. So we are pushing in this followers array of the Suresh, right? The ID of the user who is logged in. We are assuming that Ramesh is a logged in user, right? Okay. And in here I can pass a second option, that is new true, to return a newest updated records, as the MongoDB will return us an old record. Okay. Yep. Now in here I can not in here, after this object ends I can put a comma, or maybe I can write on this on a new line. Now in a second option in here, yeah, I can add a callback. Yes. Okay, so I can add error, so we will receive error and result, res unit result. Okay, I need to close this as well, like so. Oh, why we have this two brackets? This is a second option and this is the ending for this. Yeah, everything is correct now. Okay, so in this callback, if there is an error, right, then we can return response with status of 422 and .json with the error of error, which whatever error will be. Okay, if everything goes perfect, then now res we should write result in here. We don't have to do something with this result, we can leave this as it is. Now we want to update this following of the logged in user, right? Okay, so again, if everything goes correct, then again we can use this user model and then I can find by ID and update. Now this time I want to update this request dot user, which is the logged in user underscore ID, and I want to again push, right, and I want to push in the following array. Let's have a look in this following array, and this time I want to push in the following array, FOLLOWING following array, and I want to push the ID, and I will be receiving that ID from the client side, and I with the name of follow ID, right? Yeah, this one, and we will be receiving this while making a update request, right? Okay, and again I need to pass a second option, that is new, not in here, in here, not in here, in here. Why I am not getting suggestion in here? I think I forgot the oh, I need to pass this as a second option. I can put this in here, right? Now I can receive here new, yeah, new and true. Okay, now again I will receive a callback, right? And we don't have to do anything with the callback, so I will not write the callback. Okay, I'll be giving you this all the code in maybe in my GitHub. You can find the link to that in description, right? If you have made a typo, then you can verify the code or you can copy this code. Okay, so if everything is done, then we need to populate some stuff, I guess. Yeah, POPULAT, or no, I can leave it as it is. We will be getting the user ID in that array. Okay, now I can call this then, right? In this then we will get result, result result, right? And we can response res.json, right, with the result, like so. And yeah, I can add a catch block maybe, catch block. If there is error, then we can return response with status 422.json with error of error, whatever error will be. Oh, I need to write here JSON. Okay, so I think everything is fine in here, right? So in now we can test this. Oh, let's make a route for unfollow as well, right? Okay, so unfollow will be almost similar. So I can, what I can do, I can select this and I can press Alt Shift down key to duplicate this, and here I can write unfollow. Right now, from the front end, we will be receiving unfollow ID and unfollow ID. Now instead of push here, I can write pull to remove the ID of the user from the array, right? Pull. Right, yeah, so this will be a simple logic. So now it's time to test this. Okay, or maybe I think we should do that in the next video, because this video has become a very long. You can find this code in the, maybe in the description, or maybe somewhere, right? Wherever you are watching, there will be a link, right, to navigate to the course. Maybe if you have made some typo in here, you can for you can match that with my code, right? It is possible, it is very easy to make typo in here, right? Okay, with this ending and this closing tags, it is very easy to make the typo. Okay, so I'll be uh, seeing you guys in the next video. Bye bye.